Discipline not only builds your body, it builds your business, and it builds everything around you. It makes you a dangerous person. So you don't need more motivation. You need to rewire exactly how you operate. So without further ado, let's dive right in. What's up, everybody? What if I told you that everything you knew about discipline was completely wrong? That the reason 92% of people fail at their goals isn't because they lack willpower, it's because they're using a system that is designed to fail. I'm about to show you why discipline isn't about grinding harder, it's about engineering smarter. 2 years ago, I was that person. I knew I had to do something different. I would set my alarm for 5 a.m. with grand plans to work out, meditate, conquer the world, and then by 5:03 a.m. I would just hit the snooze button for the fourth time, telling myself that I'll start tomorrow. So I had a computer full of abandoned projects, the gym membership that I paid for but I never used, and I felt like I was a complete fraud. So I'm going to show you the exact system that took me from being somebody who couldn't stick to anything to someone who could build the body and life of their dreams traveling abroad. So without further ado, let's dive into this video. And first, before we dive in, it's not about willpower. So this isn't about motivation. This is about engineering your environment and the identity that you need to build so that it is inevitable. By the end of this, you'll have 4 pillars that separate the top 1% from being anybody and everybody else, plus a framework that you can implement starting today. So let's dive into the video here. So 92% of people actually abandon their goals within 3 months. It's actually crazy. 92% of people abandon their New Year's resolutions within 3 months. That's not a willpower problem. That's a systems problem. Here's what most people do. They just rely on motivation. They wait till they feel like it. And they feel like discipline means forcing yourself to do things they hate. So this approach has a 92% failure rate. Yet we keep doing it. So we've been fed 3 massive lies about discipline. Number 1 is going to be just push through it. This is like trying to hold your breath forever. Stanford research shows that people who rely on willpower alone, they burn out within weeks. So your brain literally gets fatigued from making too many decisions. Lie number 2 is mind over matter. You just need more motivation. And so motivation is like the weather. It changes daily. Some days you feel like conquering the world. Other days you can barely get out of bed. And you probably know what I'm talking about, but building your life on motivation is like building a house on quicksand. The lie number 3 is you just need more willpower. Successful people have superhuman willpower. This is the biggest lie of all. I've studied hundreds of high performers, and here's what I found. They don't have more discipline than you. They just have better systems. They've automated their success. So the real problem isn't that you're weak, it's that you're fighting against human nature. But guess what, guys? Your brain is designed to seek pleasure and to avoid pain. So when you try and force yourself to do hard things through sheer willpower, you're fighting millions of years of evolution. So smart people, they don't fight their biology, they hack it. So the truth is, discipline is a system, it's not a feeling. High performers don't rely on motivation, they engineer their environment for automatic success, right? So here's the 4 pillars of elite discipline. Environmental design, make good choices automatic. Number 2 is identity shift, become the type of person who, basically, you have to shift your identity. Systems over goals, focus on process, not outcomes. Strategic friction, make bad choices much harder than they are. So pillar number 1 is in environmental design. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Remove friction from good habits, add friction to bad habits, and just design your life for success. Here's the truth. Your environment is stronger than willpower. If you have to rely on self-control, you're already lost. So elite performers, they don't have more discipline. They need less because they've engineered their environment for success. So don't say, I want to work out. Say, I am someone who works out. Your actions will follow your identity. Pillar number 3 is systems over goals. So goals are for losers, systems are for winners. Goals, I want to lose 20 pounds. Systems, I follow this eating schedule daily. Pillar number 4 is strategic action, strategic friction. Make bad choices inconvenient. Delete the social media apps, add friction, put junk food in the basement, and use website blockers during work. Let me tell you about one of my friends, Marcus. So he wanted to lose a ton of weight. He kept on failing. Every single night, he'd promise himself he'd eat healthy. Every morning, he'd find himself at the vending machine buying chips. I visited his apartment and everything became clear. His kitchen had a bowl of candy front and center. His fridge was stocked with leftovers from unhealthy meals. His healthy food was buried in the back of the pantry. Here's what changed. We moved the candy to a high cabinet. We pre-cut the vegetables and put them at eye level in the fridge. We placed a water bottle on the nightstand and removed the soda from his marketplace. So within 30 days, Marcus had lost 12 pounds. He didn't even gain a superhuman willpower. He was able to remove the need for willpower entirely. Now, I want to give you a simple way to remember and implement everything we've covered. I call it the D.O.N.E framework. When you're done relying on willpower, you'll start engineering discipline. So D is design your environment. This is your foundation. Audit your physical space, your digital environment, and your social environment. Remove friction from good habits and add friction to the bad ones. O is own your identity. So stop trying to do things that conflict with who you think you are. Choose your new identity. Then collect evidence through small actions. Use identity-based language. Navigate with systems. So forget about goals. Build systems, consistent processes you follow regardless of how you feel. So just start small, focus on consistency, and let compound interest work its magic. Engineer friction strategically. So stop fighting your impulses and design an environment that is good. Stop fighting your impulses. Design your environment so good that choices are easy and bad choices are really hard to hit. So use these 4 types of friction: physical, time, social, and cognitive. So here's how to implement the D.O.N.E framework. So pick one environment to optimize, like your bedroom, your workspace, or your kitchen, and just make one good habit easier and one bad habit harder. So just optimize your living space, make one good habit easier and one bad habit harder to do. Week number 2, own. Choose your own identity shift, right? So week number 2 is own. Choose one identity shift. Start using identity-based language. Collect evidence through small actions daily. Week number 3 is navigate. Build one system, something so small you can't fail. Track the process, not the outcome. Week number 4 is engineer. Add strategic friction to one problem behavior. Use the friction type that makes the most sense for your situation. So don't try to do everything at once. Just master one pillar at a time. So here's what I want you to remember. Discipline isn't about being stronger than other people. It's about being smarter. The most disciplined people you know aren't fighting harder battles. They're fighting easier ones because they've engineered their lives for success. So you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So pick one pillar today, implement it this week, join the top 1% who actually follow through. Your disciplined future starts now. So if you're not as disciplined as you wish you were, you're not broken, you don't lack willpower, you just need better systems. Everything I've shared today works, but only if you implement it. The top 1% aren't special. They just do things differently. Now you know what they know, so the only question is, what are you going to do with it? Your disciplined future starts with your next decision, so make it a good one, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see